I'm not a fan at all of the Scentsies. Oh, I like the Scentsies, but I have to tell you, they make buyers nervous.
Yeah, because
they're
you can't
like,
smell what's underneath it.
That's right.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. So people want to know what the house actually smells like.
At least what I've found, it almost feels to a buyer like, what are you covering up?
Yeah, what are you trying to hide?
You know?
Yeah.
Welcome to Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast presented to you by the Lawrence Board of Realtors. We're your go-to source for all things real estate in Lawrence, Kansas. I'm Lexie Haskin with Flint Hills Mortgage.
And I'm Campbell Ragan with McGrew Real Estate. Together, we're here to make the journey to home ownership a breeze. Join us as we share insider insights, expert advice, and a dose of fun along the way.
Welcome to Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast by the Lawrence Board of Realtors. My name is Lexie Haskin with Flint Hills Mortgage.
And my name is Campbell Ragan with McGrew Real Estate.
And we are joined today with Theresa Seiwald with Keller Williams Integrity. Welcome.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
So today we are talking about selling a home with pets and just tips to keep your property just attractive to buyers. And actually, Theresa, she loves animals. She's an animal lover.
I am an animal lover. A big part of my life is animal rescue.
Oh.
So definitely.
So you have some pets?
I had 3, and last year was pretty rough. I had to put 2 down.
Oh.
So that was tough. So I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
But we're good, and we'll incorporate another one
At some point.
At some point, yeah.
Well, give us some more of your background.
Yeah.
How'd you get into real estate and all the things?
Wow. So going into year 7 in real estate, I was in sales before. So sales have always kind of been a big part of my life. But real estate's been wild. It's, just really great. Love my job. It's up and down. No day is ever the same, which I love. So it always just keeps things fresh and interesting. And, you're never going to ever know everything in real estate. And I love that because it really, truly,
Something new always pops up.
Everything is a learning experience. Yeah. So, so obviously my path has been more listing. I do have a little bit of a design background, interior design. So, I guess, fun part of my job is just getting to go into sellers' homes and make them look picture perfect so they can get top dollar.
Awesome.
You do have an eye for design.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun for me. And it works. It truly, even if you don't have an eye for design, a lot of people always say, how do you stage? I don't, what do you put where? And why do you do that? But even if you don't have an eye for design, anyone can incorporate the basics in their listing, the taking your personal items out and decluttering and kind of making everything a neutral palette. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
But it's just really important for your seller. It absolutely works. And, I always laugh. I always say my goal is for my sellers to look at me and say, we don't want to move. But then I always say, oh, yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Because they get the home in a different light they're just,
and that's the best part of my job really is when they see it and get those pictures back and say, oh my goodness, that's, you've
did it justice.
Done your job well when you've done that.
And then even getting it ready. I mean, having pets too, that adds a completely different layer to getting a home ready.
Whole nother layer for sure.
Yeah.
The rules really stay the same. The additional layer with pets, I think the hardest thing with pets is obviously the odors, the repairs you need to make. They're chewing on your floorboards. Hopefully not, but sometimes.
Sometimes.
So they do add a whole nother layer of just making sure your home is obviously, professionally cleaned, or just, you're going to have another layer of deep cleaning.
Yeah.
Carpet's really tricky. A lot of folks with carpet and pets, it's getting ripped out.
Yeah, I already know I'm going to have to replace my carpet when I move.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Yeah. Do you think, so one thing I've noticed, we have dogs. And one thing I've noticed is, like, my mom has mentioned, like, coming into our home sometimes, like, oh yeah, I can smell you have pets.
Oh, yeah.
And you're living in it every day. Sometimes you don't always notice. I mean, have you had to have those difficult conversations of like, hey, your house does smell like your animals.
Yeah, for sure. And it is tricky. Most of my clients know me fairly well, and so it's nice because they know I have pets myself.
Yeah.
And I'm a very big advocate of them, but they aren't the best thing when you're selling. It is really tricky. So we're either ripping out carpet and having that conversation, or we're getting it professionally cleaned. Okay, that's just definitely rule number one. Just getting a air machine in there always helps. Just
like an ozone
or odor machine, I think they're called. Just to neutralize, basically all of the odor.
Yeah.
And I know Pure Maintenance too, their technology that can get rid of some of that pet odor as well.
Yeah, they're great.
Not cat urine. They won't do that. That's tough. But other pet odors, they can help with some of that too.
Yeah. So that's a big one because you're exactly right. You can't always smell it when it's your own house. Yeah. But I think you just have you have to have that conversation because it just is necessary. It's kind of similar to someone that smokes in the home.
Yeah.
It's just a whole nother layer of here's what we need to do to make it, so that buyers walk in and are just super excited about seeing themselves there. So like repairs are a big one you're going to want to do, any baseboards, doors. That's an additional kind of layer of the pets. The odors are a big one. I'm not a fan at all of the things you plug into the little wall, the Scentsy, or actually two things. The Scentsy's, I like the Scentsy's, but I have to tell you, they make buyers nervous.
Yeah, because they can't smell what's underneath it.
That's right. And so a lot of my sellers are like, oh, we love our Scentsy's. I'm like, we got to take all those out.
Them, please.
Yeah.
Unplug.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. So people obviously have the Scentsy's in to make it smell good, but people want to know what the house actually smells like.
Yeah, it's almost, at least what I've found, it almost feels to a buyer like, what are you covering up?
Yeah, what are you trying to hide?
And especially if it's just really, when you walk in, just kind of hits you.
Yeah.
So we just take all of that, whether you've got the plugins, the Glade plugins or whatever, or the Scentsy's, we just take that all out. So,
well, and a lot of people are pretty sensitive to smells anyway in general. Sure. And so, yeah.
Another big one with pets, allergens. Like if, I don't know that I've had a ton of sellers clean their ductwork, but it's definitely something that people recommend. The hair and the odor and all of that can get in your ducts. So I feel like if you've taken the steps to do what you can, that's probably, it's a pretty smart move. It's probably not super cheap, but.
So who do you contact to do that?
I am a big fan of Ace Carpet Care, Mike Hughes. Give a little plug out to Mike. He's rental property for me before I even got into real estate. And so they're great. So not only can they stretch carpet, repair carpet, keep in mind, if you can't do a full carpet replacement, you can always try to repair it, take some from the closet and patch it. That works. We've done that. I had a client that had a lot of cats. It was named the Cat House by my lender and all of us working on it. And we did some repairs there, and Mike did that, and they looked great.
Yeah.
So those are all big things. I actually wrote down kind of a couple quick fun facts. 65% of U.S. households have a pet.
I would have thought it might have been higher than that, honestly.
Yeah, I would have thought that it was higher too.
But I mean, that's over 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's a lot.
People like their pets.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a couple dogs, but before I even moved into my house, actually where the nursery is right now used to be the guinea pig room.
Oh, there you go.
So there were a ton of guinea pigs in that room, and sometimes when we go look at the house before we purchased it, they'd just be running around. There's hay, and there's like larvae and moths up in the corner. It does make a big difference when you're trying to keep a pet in a room and you can't actually go in and look in the rooms
For
too.
sure. Oh, yeah.
Have little guinea pigs running around.
Clarification, her home no longer has guinea pigs and
or moths,
yeah,
larvae.
the nursery is very clean and
yes, the nursery is clean and orderly and good for a baby now.
Yes.
No more guinea pigs.
They're pretty cute.
I was going to say, side note, I love the sound that guinea pigs make.
Yeah, they're cute.
I know if
Their
you
little
ever,
squeaks.
if you look up feeding time on YouTube for guinea pigs,
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it is
my
so
God.
cute.
Hilarious. They're little.
Oh my goodness. You guys didn't know you were getting animal
Oh my
noises
gosh.
today.
I remember being in elementary school, and we had a class guinea pig, and we get to take turns taking it home.
Mhm.
And I loved the guinea pig. Oh yeah,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
yeah. I never had one as an adult, but
And maybe you should get one,
I
Theresa.
don't know. I don't think so.
Well, you need to get more than one because they need
my
company.
gosh.
Like they get lonely
Yeah.
if they're by themselves.
for sure, yeah,
That's hilarious.
that's the
So-
last thing I need.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, 2 guinea pigs.
2 guinea pigs. They're pretty cute.
Oh my goodness.
Well, in that being said, a big one's always, what do you do with our animals when we're
Yeah.
showing? And it's like, and I've actually been, full disclosure, known to take people's pets in my car at
Oh
a
my
showing if they're
gosh.
at work. I don't do that all the time, but absolutely have no problem doing that if I need to. Typically,
very nice.
well, and you do what you got to do. Typically, ideally, they're going with a family member. They're going to doggy daycare. They're going to I've had clients board their pets for a
Just
week
like
or two.
the weekend if they know
Yeah.
they're listing on a Friday.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely don't want them there. I'll tell you this, and I might get a little flash from it, but that's okay. It's so hard. My biggest worry as a buyer's agent is to go show a home with someone's pet. It's typically a cat.
Yeah.
And accidentally let their pet out. It's so scary to me.
Yeah.
I would just be horrified at myself.
Well, there's a lot of different things that can happen when the pets,
It's
if
true.
the pet accidentally attacks somebody.
I mean,
that
I've heard of
happens,
cats like
or-
chasing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That
is let
happens.
out and then you can't,
Yeah,
So there are a lot of things that you don't think about.
for sure. It's a lot of responsibility and liability on that buyer's agent.
Absolutely.
So as a seller's agent, we're just not going to have
Just
pets in the
remove that
house.
scenario.
Yeah. Yeah. I also, while we're on the topic of pets and animals selling, sometimes you'll run into the reptiles and the snakes and the,
Mm-hmm.
what's in the tank, or there's a light.
Or like scorpions.
Yes.
Right. And so
Oof.
I'm just kind of a big fan again of, we're going to try to put that maybe in the garage if they can. And then I have people look at me and go, Theresa, my snake will die in the garage. And I'm like, okay, we're not going to do that.
Let's not. Yeah.
But
Maybe take them to work.
yeah, maybe grandma can babysit for a week, because
snake.
we don't
Yeah.
want, it's not a good look for a buyer's agent. And again, love the pets. I've never had a snake or anything like that, but I appreciate people that love their
Yeah.
pets.
Yeah.
That anything in a glass cage, if I'm listing it, we're going to try really hard to find it a home for a week or two.
Yeah.
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 Definitely. Yes.
So, what are the best ways to even showcase a home as pet friendly without overwhelming the potential buyers? Basically, just kind of getting the pets out and not having them around,
Yeah.
or
That's definitely your first step. I think too, just removing or kind of hiding their beds, their blankets, their toys.
Yeah.
You're not hiding it. You're just doing what you're doing with everything
Relocating
else.
it.
You're
Yeah.
getting rid of the clutter.
Yeah.
Stick it in the closet when they, come home, you can put them back. But
Yeah.
not only does your space look bigger, one of the big things with staging is, and really just not even staging, just selling a home, is decluttering, depersonalizing. So if you have a ton of pictures of you and your pet, which I do, those are coming down.
Yeah.
They can go back up in the new house. I always tell my folks, you've got to pack anyway. So let's just start now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're also taking a big little slogan of mine is, we're taking the lived-in house to a listed house. Yeah, we're not really living in this anymore. We are, but it needs to be show ready. And so I think a lot of that's just, again, basics, decluttering, depersonalizing.
Well, and moving the dog beds out, that's going to help with the odor too.
It
I mean,
is.
you're not going to have that bed that they've been laying in, day night, day out.
Day in, day out.
Day in, day
Yeah,
out.
there we go.
Yep.
Day in, day out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and it does create a more neutral environment
Yeah.
for people that might not be pet lovers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine anybody who doesn't love
I
pets.
know. Shame on them.
As all three of us have pets. So,
But truly what your goal is from a listing agent standpoint is to have a buyer walk in there and see themselves in that house.
Yeah.
And so whether, they have pets or not, irregardless, you're just really, cleaning it up and cleaning up the clutter. And, clutter makes things look smaller. And our goal is obviously to make the house look bigger, all the rooms.
yeah.
So the less stuff in there, just the more open space. And when you're just creating that neutral palette, whether it's, and another thing, a big one is like paint color. If I have some with some really wild colors, we're probably going to try to go just to a basic neutral color. I always laugh and say Johnson County gray is the best. And I know, I'm a big fan of the whites, the grays, the beiges, whatever, but just neutral.
Agreeable gray.
Agreeable gray is beautiful. I love Edgecombe gray. That's my go-to. But yeah, just again, creating that, you're really just kind of painting a picture for the buyer to showcase your home in the best light. So you're, decluttering, taking out everything personal out, making it look bigger. And yeah, removing beds and blankets and toys. That's going to help with the smell. And,
Yeah, that could help reduce odors. So, I mean, what are other ways that people can reduce odors or control that? I mean, especially since we aren't using those senses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think the big one, just trying to neutralize the odors, really good deep cleaning with the vinegar is a great neutralizer. There's some stuff on the market, I'm sure.
Open those windows if it's nice
Open
out.
those windows.
Yeah, open up the house, let it breathe.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yep. Open the windows, get those ceiling fans on.
Mhm.
You can even buy like on Amazon the odor neutralizer, just little things. I don't even know what you call them. You're just kind of setting them around and they almost like eat up. It's like an odor eater.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting. I
Yeah.
hadn't heard of that.
You can get like the nice little lemon ones. I've used those before actually. They're super inexpensive.
Is it like a soap? I mean,
It's
like it
almost
will kind of look like a soap thing?
there's several different kinds, maybe like a soap, or like there's some like pellets,
Oh,
little pellets.
I'm
And
looking this up.
Yeah, it
So interesting.
It literally kind of like eats the odor up in the room.
so
Like,
it's not putting out a smell like
No.
those
Mm-mm.
candles or
Mm-mm.
scentsies, but it's
Mm-mm.
just
it's
yeah.
just kind of neutralizing everything. The
Very
ones
interesting.
I have one in my garage actually that's like a lemon, I think, base scent.
Huh.
But there's something in them that
That-
just, and it's kind of interesting because you can see it's kind of like a jelly substance. You can see it kind of as time goes on go down. So it's definitely
Interesting.
working. And those are super inexpensive, which is great.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely a cheaper way to.
seeing anywhere from like $16.95 to like $25. But
Huh.
but there's multiple of them in there.
Yeah. What are they called, Lexie?
Oh, there's a bunch of them. I mean, we have like moisture absorber and odor eliminator,
Mm-hmm.
odor elimination,
Mm-hmm.
bamboo charcoal odor absorber.
Yeah, charcoal's a big one. Yeah, I
Yeah.
read about that. Yeah.
Um,
Anything just to
wave.
try to get that scent out.
Interesting.
you can get a bunch of Buster's Clean Burst 3-count Arm & Hammer for like $5.98 for
Mhm.
3 of them. Arm & Hammer actually does work really well. I've used that before for odor elimination,
Mm-hmm.
and that does really work.
Baking soda, I think, is another one in there that you can. Obviously, sometimes you're putting those in your refrigerators, but yeah,
Yeah.
just anything that's going to neutralize that scent is
Deep
going to
clean,
definitely
then
help.
And the ducts, that's obviously a little bit more expensive. Replacing carpet's a
Yeah,
little bit more
right,
expensive.
right.
But
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. The carpet's hard because, the urine gets in that pad
Yeah.
and it's really
Mhm.
tough
Yeah.
to try to get it out. So,
Yes.
you can also offer a carpet allowance to your buyers and say, we can't replace the carpet.
Because our dogs are still living there.
And they're going to,
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
more days
Yep,
of it.
yep.
So I've seen that
Yeah.
in offers, but ideally, yeah, you're deep cleaning, you're making repairs, reducing those odors. You know, just really creating that nice, clean space for your buyer to envision themselves in your home.
Absolutely.
Do you have any pet stories from showings?
Oh, goodness, yes. I wasn't prepared for this one.
Yeah, we're going off script here.
I love the stories.
Oh, goodness. I mean, I have come upon snakes, and I'm not a big snake fan. I mean, I grew up on a farm, so fun fact, I should be like, I mean, I was
Snakes
a farm
are
kid.
good, but I know they're good, and I still don't love them.
I don't like the snakes.
Yeah.
I mean, I've rescued, I've taken the birds to the bird sanctuary.
Wow.
I'm all about, I'll get into a car wreck over a squirrel. I mean, I'm pretty,
Yeah.
I like the animals, the snakes. I can't quite do. I've ran into lizards, little iguanas that folks have. One of them was running around. The lizard was just a pet friend. Yeah.
Oh.
I completely respect anybody that loves the four leg. Oh, sometimes not even four. You just have to keep in mind, I think you have to stay focused on what your goal is, and your end goal is to make your house look, just really top notch.
And moves can be scary for pets as well.
They sure can.
I know we've been in a home before that I got bit by a cat that was, very nice cat, but was just a little overwhelmed with extra people being in their space. And so you may think that your pet is going to be acting one way, and unfortunately they don't always act that way when new things are introduced and new environments. And so that's something to be aware of as well, is it's as much as it is stressful for humans, it can also be stressful for pets too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, especially, they can get overwhelmed by so many strangers coming through their home, and it's confusing for them.
Very.
And And they just want to protect their space. They want to protect their humans.
Yeah. I kind of cringe when I see those buyer's remarks that say, don't let the cat out. And I'm like, oh boy. I mean, it again, just so much liability there. Like, you really, I think, need to have a plan before you hit the market, because, a buyer's agent would be really horrified if that ever happened. Yeah. And that's just hard.
Yeah.
Another one that just came to my mind that should have been, just number one is probably obviously picking up your backyard waste. Yes. That's a big one. With the little cannons and bombs going off in the backyard.
Yeah, because people walk around.
They do.
They want to go see what's out there.
Yep.
And if you're, yep.
So in Lawrence, there is a service. What's it called?
Yeah, there's pet service that'll come pick up those lovely
little
treasures.
The owner is Nolan Henderson. Let's see.
I think there's a few different companies that do that.
Yeah, that's a big one. Cleaning up the backyard.
That's a good point.
And I sell mainly Eudora, but
Pooper Scooper services.
Yeah, I even see teens all the time. Like, they love to make an extra buck. So
that's true.
That's a big one.
That's a good point.
Because obviously if you have a nice backyard, everybody's going to be interested in walking around.
Yeah.
And
then they might walk back through your home. And if you didn't pick those up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Might have some extra cleaning to do later.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or I guess if there's multiple showings in a row, you might not have time to clean that.
I mean, hopefully not. People are hopefully taking off their shoes. But, if they go out back and then back in and real quick and don't think about it.
Right. The other thing is, pet hair. I mean, it's on your walls. It's everywhere.
So in my bedroom, we have a black wall, like on a headboard. And I did not realize how much hair gets on the wall. But when you have a black wall and a tan dog, you can see,
I know.
It's
a lot.
It gets everywhere. Even, there's dust too. But I would have never even thought about dusting the walls or brushing the walls off.
Same.
Yeah.
And so it gets on your walls.
It's no joke. Just get one of those little, I don't know, those little, what are they called? They kind of attract energy, those little wipes.
Dryer sheets?
Oh, that's a good example too, though. They're those little, they're not washcloths. They're just those little cloths.
I know what you're talking about.
And I can't think of what they are, but anyway, you definitely need to be wiping down your walls.
Yeah.
Which also leads me to paint. Painting is the number one thing you can do. You're going to get your biggest bang for your buck repainting. It's also going to kill a lot of those odors.
Well, if they do it correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, because some people will forget to do that primer.
Yeah, the primer makes a huge difference.
Yes. To do the sealing of the scents.
The paint and primer in one is a great little product.
Yeah.
But you truly, and even appraisers will come in and say you really get about 100% value for paint. So that's a big one. And you're gonna knock out a lot with paint. You're gonna knock out, the hair because obviously you're gonna clean your walls. The odor because you're gonna have a primer in it. It's gonna look fantastic. Nice, clean, fresh paint job. You can't beat it.
There's a reason why a lot of apartment places will paint.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On move out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But you're going ideally with a neutral tone because, you want your buyers to be able to envision themselves. But I'm a big fan of painting.
For odor control too.
For sure.
For those pets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get that primer in there.
Yeah, get that primer in there. If you don't take anything else away, get that primer in there.
Right. That's right.
Prime it first.
Prime it first.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I mean, so what are some other tips and tricks? So people, obviously not everybody takes their pets or can get their pets out, and there are showings that people aren't thinking about that. What are some tips that you have for people going to look at houses if there are animals still there, even in certain rooms, what to do?
Well, and the other thing, just to backtrack really quick, if you can't, I've even had sellers just walk their dogs for 45 minutes.
In the neighborhood.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or drive around with them, take them to Dairy Queen and get a pup cup.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'd love that anyways.
Pup cup, yeah.
Pup cup. I don't know that I've even seen, personally, a lot of showings with pets there. I've definitely seen the cat situation. It's a little bit easier to navigate.
I've seen them with dogs, but usually they're kennelled if that's the scenario. Yeah. So usually it's more of that they're in a kennel versus in a room and just,
just containing them. Or if you have a run in the backyard, put them in the run. Yeah. Ideally, I suppose if you needed to stick them in the garage, you could do that for a little bit.
Temperatures, allow.
Depending on, sure.
Yeah.
Ideally they're gone, but if you need them there, you can always even, beg your neighbors to come walk them for 45 minutes.
Or let me put them in your backyard.
That's right. We've actually done that.
Yeah.
I have had sellers that have taken their dogs to the neighbor's backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've heard of that too.
Or there's a kid in the neighborhood. You're like, I'll pay you $15 to walk the dog.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's a win-win.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We love those little entrepreneurs.
I do.
Dog walkers, paper scoopers.
That's right.
All of it.
Teaching them early.
Yep.
Yep.
You got to get that work ethic instilled in them.
That's right. It's never too early.
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, are we ready for the fact and fiction?
I say let's do it.
Okay. First one, buyers will always notice if there's been a pet in the home.
Always is the key word.
I know, right?
Oh, goodness. Buyers will always notice if they're... I'm going to go with fact.
Yeah.
Unless you've done a really great job.
All new flooring. If it's vacant at that point, new flooring and new paint, it'd have to look completely
yard fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No more pee stains.
That's a good point. The yard in the backyard, because there are places in the backyard where the dogs they just like to go over and over and over again.
Dead. Yep.
You're like, I know exactly which way they like to run in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a dead giveaway. I didn't even think
so.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Number 2, removing all signs of a pet during showings is unnecessary. I know, we're making these hard. There's like these certain words in there.
Unnecessary? Is that what it was?
Unnecessary.
I mean, it's going to be the listing agent and the owner's call, but I would say absolutely. We're removing all of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long. It's going to just really yield you so much more value with your home. It's pretty, I'm going with truth on that one. Pretty necessary.
Pet-friendly homes are harder to sell than pet-free homes.
I think that's true. I mean, and again, I'm all about the pets, but I do think it's true. You've got a whole additional layer of things, especially smell, possibly condition. Condition's a big one.
Yeah.
So, you're, and I've seen some pretty chewed up baseboards and doors and,
Yeah.
If they also have a door in the back, going to the backyard that has a pet door, that's a pretty big giveaway.
Yep.
So you're, I don't think that I don't think it's necessary to hide that you have pets. I think it's necessary to just take the steps involved to get your home in the best possible.
Show ready.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last one. Outdoor pets have no impact on the home's appeal to buyers.
Like, are they there? The outdoor pets are.
It's like,
let's say.
I guess I was hard. It's like,
Yeah.
I was like, what is considered outdoor pets? Like if somebody has like a chicken coop.
Well, yeah, let's say there's a chicken coop in the backyard.
Yeah.
What do we think of that? Does that have an impact on the home's appeal?
I don't know that it, if you're showing acreage, they're probably going to have chicken coops. Or if you're in the county and you're allowed, in the city, not so much.
Yeah. Unless
you're going under the radar. I know some people are doing that. I don't, it's definitely going to, it's definitely going to impact your buyers, I think, when they see that. Is it going to make your showing go south? And just, no, not necessarily at all. I just think, again, there's a lot of us that have pets.
Yeah.
And we're selling. I mean, you've just got to stick to the facts of here's what you got to do to make your home look the best possible way. I don't think you're trying to, hide your pets or be embarrassed that you have pets.
No.
It's a huge part of a lot of our lives. But
absolutely.
It is
they're family members.
They're totally family members. But my dogs actually, fun fact, were in my will.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they are definitely my kids.
Yes.
But I think you're just really trying to minimize that additional layer to where if you do get a buyer that doesn't have pets or has, allergies or whatever, you're really trying to showcase everything in the best possible light for them.
You're just trying to neutralize the space.
That's right. Yep.
Okay, what do you want to leave us with, Theresa?
Oh gosh, well, I think the more work you put in, you're going to reap the benefits with, everybody's very motivated by money when you're selling your home, as they should be.
Yeah.
And I think that, if you do the work and you have a good agent that's walking you through it and giving you the steps to do, it's definitely going to show in the value. People know I make my sellers work pretty hard, but they, always respect me for it. And at the end of the day, there really is no better feeling as a listing agent when you've really worked hard for your folks and you can see those professional pictures, not on your flip phone, hopefully. You can see those pictures and you can see everybody's hard work, your seller's hard work. And it's just having a sense of pride and knowing that you've done the best for your client. And I think that's just really, really important when somebody's selling their home.
Awesome.
Perfect. I think that was very well put.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Theresa.
Thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you to the Lawrence Public Library for letting us use this space. And we're all just so thankful for it. But okay,
Perfect.
signing out.
Thanks for joining us on Lawrence Real and Local, Keeping It Real podcast. We appreciate our guests taking the time to join us. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review if you've enjoyed today's episode.
For more information, please visit us on the web at www.lawrencerealtor.com. And remember, whether you are buying, selling, or simply dreaming of your future home, we're here to help. Until next time, keep it real
And happy house hunting.